Hi there, everybody. So in this video, I'm going to show you this problem I came across today. I want my students to take 2 points and drag them so it would make a slope of whatever, so 2. And I'm going to show you how to do that so that the teacher will know if it's correct and the student knows if it's correct. And when I'm making these videos, I know things can get a little messy with all of our files in there, so what I do is I name this one delete later because I'm not going to need it. So if that's helpful, then it is. I'm just going to make this my title screen so that I use something different than like variable 1a, and you can see how I name everything. Okay, this one's a little more complicated than the previous videos that I've done, so I hope it's okay. I kind of skipped a few things and I'll go back. And by skip, I mean the order in which I learned them. That doesn't necessarily mean we need them for this video. Okay, so I'm going to need a graph component so that they can have movable points. I'm also going to need a note component to tell them what to do. Again, you could put that up here. And I'm going to have another note component that tells them the feedback of whether they're correct or not. Okay, so I'm going to start with the graph. Click on here. And I don't think they can see it, but I'm going to put a hidden folder anyway, just in case you didn't realize there were hidden folders. So I'm going to click on the plus sign, folder, and you can hide this from the student so they can't see this work. Okay, so I'm going to put 2 movable points here. So there's one. Oops. So I'm going to label one AB and the other one CD. And I like to make them separate because 1, maybe you have to, but 2, they're different colors. And then that way, if I'm trying to help the students out remotely, it's easier for me to say, grab the blue point or move the black point, something like that. Okay, so now the other thing I want to do is I want to change the step to 1 because if you don't, like, see, the blue point has it that it like jumps from integer to integer, where the black one is more continuous and the students could put it anywhere. So I think that would be harder for them to get an exact slope of 2 if I leave that all open. So I'm going to change step to 1. Okay, then I'm going to want the slope, and I'm going to call it m. And I'm going to say that m equals, and we know that that's y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So d minus b over c minus a. Okay, and you can tell right now I have a slope of 1. If you want to play with that, there it's undefined, and either point. Super fun, right? The movable points are always fun. I'm just going to leave it like this for now. Okay. So that's where the points will be when the students would come to the screen, and that's what it would look like. We have to name this graph component. So I name it graph, and then whatever slide I'm on, 2. So this would be screen 2, so it's graph 2. All right, now in order for the teacher to know if they're right without actually having to go into their individual screens, I'm going to take a look here. You go into the graph component, the computation layer here. So, correct. And this is how we'll know if it's correct. We have to pull that number m out of that folder. So where am I going to get this? Well, I called it graph 2 dot number, and this automatically shows up for us. What number, when we click on a tab, or you can click on it. So what number do we want out of there? I want the m. That will be the slope. Okay? And when that is equal to 2, I'm going to let the students know that they're correct. Actually, I'm going to let the teacher know if the students are correct. I should probably give some directions here. Let's see here. Click and drag the points so that they create a slope of 2. Okay. So here's what it looks like so far, and you can see up on what the teacher's dashboard will give them. Something was moved, so it's going to give the teacher feedback that something was done, and then there we go. And it doesn't matter which one's where, like you could move this one here and then this one here, or put it here. Okay, as long as it has a slope of 2, the teacher will get that check mark feedback. All right, now maybe you want the students to have some kind of feedback here on whether they're right or wrong. So this is the note component I'm going to use for that. So click on the computation layer. Oh, we have to do something else first because we have variables moving around here. So a variable was established over here in the graph component, and I need to move it over here. I don't think it would work otherwise. Let me try. Let's see what happens. Maybe I'm wrong. I'm wrong daily. Let's see here. I'm going to call it variable 2a, and that will be when graph 13, number isn't just showing up. Oh, why did I say 13? 2, there it is. Number m equals 2. Look at that, it did work. It's not as complicated as I thought. All right, variable 2b will be when variable 2a happens. That will be good. I'll fill in those quotation marks later. I found it easier to do this way. Otherwise, you'll get this feedback. So when it's correct, I'm going to give them the check mark. So Control Command Spacebar gives me my emojis. That's if they're right. And Control Command Spacebar, that one if they're wrong. Content. So this is what will show up in the note. Quotation marks. Correct. And then I want whatever variable 2b will end up being. So variable 2b. So it would have to be the $sign and then in curly brackets you put that, and remember to close the quotation marks. Okay, let's see how this looks now. All right, nothing, because nothing happened. It's not right yet. Something happened. They're wrong. There we go. Slope of 2. Let's move it around. What if I do this? Still works. This still works. This. Okay. I guess we get the point there. Okay? So that's how you do that.